Good evening, mortals. My name is Jay, and welcome to my studio. As I promised yesterday, well, I didn't promise, I said maybe I'd do it, but I'm playing Tighnari Story Quest. It's been a long time coming. It's like last month or something, I think, when we did finish Sumeru's Archon Quest. So now we have to do all of these, and then we have to do the interlude quest, and then we go to Fontaine, and we do the Fontaine story quest, we do the Fontaine interlude quest, and we do Natlin, we do the Natlin quest, we do the Natlin story quest, we do the Natlin interlude quest, which I don't actually think are out yet. So who knows, maybe we'll catch up in like the month until that comes out. Something tells me we're not. But we'll be caught up by Tighnari. Probably not, honestly. The Fontaine Archon quest is kind of long. It's fine, we're doing Tighnari story quest today. What? I never unlock Sumeru commissions. Oopsie daisy. I guess we'll do that first, and then we can do Tighnari story quest. You know, a smart person would double check the prerequisites before they can do a quest. However, am I a smart person? No. So let's do this. Hello, Catherine. Ad Astra Ab Discourse. Hello, Catherine. Greetings, you both look great today. Why are you starting as soon as inquire about? No, we just want to take commissions on the Zod. You seem to see some interest. Could say that. Just skills wait for another hour when we say we're an hour, or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me any time. Please make commissions. Wow, that was easy. Sure, yes, and just no proof of identity or anything. You don't want us to fetch a letter from one of the other Catherines or something for you? It's just like, no, you look like an adventurer, be fine. Oh well, let's start Tighnari's quest. I didn't put desktop audio on. Oops. It's fine, you don't need to hear the quest.
Wait, this sounds like another commission.
It is as you say. The commission this time around is of high importance. It pertains to the safety of the Avidia Forest's inhabitants.
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, we received word that a section of the Avidia Forest seems to have become contaminated.
Ooh?
Contaminated? You mean a new withering zone?
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things are happening to people who cross through that region. The Avidia Forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. If we allow this contaminated region to expand, the consequences could be unimaginable. That's why I want to ask you to investigate the situation. Even if all you can do is stop the contamination from spreading, that will still save many people.
Small ask, isn't it?
This is forest business. Maybe Tighnari will know something. Let's go find him.
Woo, thank you, Catherine. Let's go.
Easy job, isn't it? Surely you
Find Tighnari, wherever he's hiding. Over in his little house. How predictable. Off we go. Hello, Tighnari.
This is where you've been, Tighnari? That's...
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Tighnari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die? Tell Mom that I should have listened to her.
Jesus Christ, what the hell have we walked into?
And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. Tighnari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened? Tighnari, is he?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so. Got it, Traveler? Paimon? Let's step out for now.
You leave the room with Tighnari.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest. But I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidia forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale. Have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right. Thank you.
Contaminated region. Is that why you two are also here?
Yep, we have work for you.
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidia forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
All right, let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go.
Contaminated zones that aren't withering zones. And are cured with grass. Incredibly curious.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
Pop dialogue volume up a little bit. I've noticed it's a little quiet compared to myself. Whereabouts are we even going? Anyway, going all the way to Sumeru City. I suppose this waypoint isn't actually just like at the city gates, it's like a little bit before. Hello, good sir. Give us grass.
Excuse me, I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together more to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just The thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
Hmm.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts? How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
No people?
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
Yeah, we've seen weirder.
What the heck? The Avidia forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this.
Oh.
It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Enough! Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right, we'll go and have a word.
Hmm. So mechanical crabs are going around stealing mechanical parts. Yeah, that sounds about on par for Teyvat.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a...
Hmm. So it's a very skilled and deadly mechanical crab.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest, so instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby. Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
Hmm. So this is just like the local cryptid thing, terrorizing the people. I'm surprised Tighnari hasn't heard about this sooner. It seems like it's his area.
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
Hmm. Oh.
How are things? Did you make it?
We learned of its behaviors, but much still remains unclear. Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things, or the mora you made. That would be the most efficient method, but it only goes after mechanical components. This doesn't make any sense.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times. Oh, are you planning to...
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Yes, professional crabbers, us. Let's go catch ourselves a crab. Go all the way down here to find ourselves a crab. No way we don't just walk into the mechanical region. It's not like we've done dumber stuff. Or is it downhill? Always a little bit of a risk throwing myself off cliffs like that, but it's efficient.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
Okay. We'll start from here and have the Sumpter Beast with the components on board lead the way. This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
Must learn its trust.
The beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it.
Let's walk slowly alongside this thing. Maybe the crab is there.
Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their...
All right, it's moving again.
Sun's spring of life. Now what's wrong with you? Ooh, it's crab time.
Did you hear something? Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan was talking about?
It looks strong.
Crab time, crab time.
Out of the frying pan.
Hit.
Into the wind.
Hit.
Yeah, I was gonna have to kill it.
Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical parts?
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. Keep an eye on it. I'll search around the area for the caravan's goods.
After some searching, Tighnari finds the goods that the mechanical crab
I don't know why
stole.
you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. Any objections? You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? How about you help us with something? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
It reacted.
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response upon seeing mechanical components.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into the contaminated region?
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter, so it would be difficult to conduct a thorough search. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, our new friend here seems to be full of secrets. I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe, it would be best to have a guide lead the way.
Paimon gets it now. Does this scuttler understand what you're saying?
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we can simply follow along.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait, we'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another mechanical part as a reward. Understood? I'm not sure. But our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components and to purchase Vasanti grass to make medicine with. We should return. But before we do, we need to set up a few traps. Can't have that crab escaping.
It is such a little cutie pie, isn't it? The mechanical crab looks quite well behaved and does not intend to run away. Let's go give the mechanical crab parts back to the merchant. Up the hill we go. The hill we go. La-di-da-di-da. Hello, we've got your mechanical bits back.
Oh! Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for us! Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay you. Wait, didn't you want to purchase Vasanti grass? Don't worry about the price. They're on the house. How many do you need?
2 is enough.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in some more.
No need. I've already received a reward from you.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't worth much compared to this merchandise.
But those parts are very useful to me, just like the Vasanti grass. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder. The forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are still present. Take caution on this route.
Noted. Thank you all ever so much.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child medicine, the sooner he'll start feeling better.
Oh, we could go play with the crab, which is vastly more interesting, but I guess we'll go save the whiny twerp's life. Probably just teleport over there. My nose is itchy. Scritch. It's fine. A boing. A boing to... Oh, there's Kole. Oh, we haven't seen her in a hot minute, have we?
Oh! Hi there, Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
Oh. Okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I don't think he finds me very approachable. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
Yay, let's go make some pharmaceuticals. We have loads and loads of experience in making pharmaceuticals.
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better. And his temperature is returning to normal. That's wonderful! Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier. And he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you. Can I ask what happened?
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear that I asked you to?
Of course I did. Are you going somewhere far away?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin to compare to you.
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize that they weren't as difficult as you once thought they were. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit. You don't have to emulate me.
That's right! You'll do great, Kale. Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
I'm sure we'll be fine. I think you'll understand why once we arrive at the contaminated region. You put too much confidence in me. Anyway, like you said, things will likely be uneventful. Let's return and find that crab.
Ooh, crab time. I'm sure Kale will be fine. There's like 30 other forest rangers here. I'm sure like together they can amount to Tighnari.
I can do this. I can do this.
Yes, you can, Kale. Go, knock it out of the park. Maybe don't knock people out. I think that's slightly goes against what you're meant to be doing. It's fine. Am I just leaving pins everywhere? Sorry, man. I'm just pinning all over the place. It is a bit of a problem, honestly. I need to clear out my pins. I keep saying this and I'm like, yeah, I really need to sort out all those pins because I have so many pins I don't need anymore and then I never do it. I just leave them and let them fester. Yeah, it's from when like I started the game and I needed things, so I like, oh, here's where rocks are and stuff, and I'm like, I have more rocks than I could ever possibly do anything with these days. Oh hey, there's our crab. Nah, new little pet
We're
crab.
here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here. Odd.
Oh, so well and hidden there. So discreet.
You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidia forest to become like this?
To be fair, probably a lot of things. Wildlife does not seem to get a break around here. A shiny flower.
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
How do you know that?
Well, I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal?
They're shiny.
This flower species is formerly known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the leyline lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of leyline activity in the surrounding area.
I wonder what this means for Lisa and her Sumeru roses.
From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
Oh, might as well take that with us.
Race you!
Is this one weird? No, that's just a normal Sumeru rose. Yeah, well, to the next spot. Oh, look, another weird rose. Equally as bright and shiny.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
The contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of leyline energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of leyline energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change.
How suspicious of Paimon.
Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
What a thorough investigation we've done here. We've picked 2 roses. This science shit's easy. It really isn't.
Environment. No wind. Target parameters. Normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
Ooh.
What's this?
A purification device I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source.
At the heart of the contaminated region?
That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Something's approaching.
Woo, fighting time. Oh, it's crocodiles.
So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Woo, time to beat up some crocodiles.
Nice and spiked.
The wind knows me.
No, the crocodiles are dead. Didn't even manage to get Lisa out before they died.
That's all of them. Hey! Where are you? Wait for us! Let's hurry and keep up. The mechanical crab went that way. Let's keep up.
Help! Help!
These things.
Out of the frying pan.
Into the wind.
Hit! Ha! Hit!
Boba, get.
The wind knows me.
Hit! Ha! Hit! Hup! Huh!
Talk to the trapped person. Hello there, good sir. I see you're in trouble.
Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
Stroke his leg.
These injuries are superficial. Don't move. I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe do you know what's inside the forest? It's... I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died. I gotta get out of here. Ah, yes. Yes. I have to escape. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. It'd be best if you stayed far, far away from them. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms.
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village.
What an interesting
When he
young
gets to
man.
the village, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal. So, you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward, huh?
Come on, Tighnari, feed your new pet.
It's so hard to understand.
Alright. Regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you? I wonder. You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Oh, that fluffy little hamster.
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding, only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it, rather, its owner, is collecting so many components, I'm not sure. It's getting late. Let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow after a night's rest.
Let's look at this. Middle of the night. Oh, wow, it is actually nighttime.
Over here! Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up.
Well, fuck you. I want the shiny pile of rocks first, asshole. Yep, we go. Look, here I am. Men, I
Let's
don't
set
know.
up camp here.
Alright, Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
You're not wrong. But the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from the water vapor below.
Nerd.
Rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful when spending the night in damp places. For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent. You'll be in charge of making the fire, and Paimon will forage for edibles nearby.
Leave it to Paimon. Paimon's a pro.
I'm not expecting that much. Just do what you can.
Thanks to Tighnari's guidance, you safely start a fire.
That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside is that they produce a lot of smoke.
Traveler, Tighnari, Paimon couldn't find any food. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. There were all sort of weird-looking mushrooms, but Paimon didn't know which ones were edible. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on top suddenly started moving. It freaked Paimon out.
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators.
Smart.
My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they fled. Little did they know that you were more scared than they were. Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. I'll forage for food. Oh, you found some already.
Yeah, we're just gonna replace Paimon with this giant mechanical crab. I'm sure it won't freak people out, even in the slightest.
Hey! Paimon understands it this time. It wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system.
Who knew our little crab was such a drama queen?
I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is one reason.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't... I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight.
We need the...
Yes, even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't completely let down our guard. It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices so, poisonous insects don't come crawling into the tent. Have a good night. Not too good, though.
Ominous. Okay. Oh, look at the lovely little incense. Do a little bit of cooking. I haven't done my weekly quest of cooking. Oops. I always press the wrong damn button. It's fine. I'll just restock on those slightly. How many of these do I have? 128. Yeah, I do think they're probably going to be good for a bit. Yeah, play that, play that. You can tell I haven't played much of this patch because I'm only level 14 on the Battle Pass. I don't think I've ever actually finished it, but I'm usually a bit further ahead along. Wow, full commissions. Rest. Let's go to beddy boys.
Everyone's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This is like when we just started adventuring together. Nighty-night.
Paimon gradually falls asleep while reminiscing. Oop, we're awake. What horrors are out there?
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry, they're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body.
Yeah, we have bad experiences with incense.
Speaking of which, have you seen the crab? It was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went. So you can tell, my suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably disrupted the natural flow of the ley lines. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years, so the origin of these creatures is very suspect. Topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Sponta mod for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown themselves into such research. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical lifeform that could help humanity conquer nature.
That's another good thing.
However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. They can never possess self-awareness like us or other living organisms. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. Research on mechanical life forms was thus banned.
Yeah, so a couple of decades ruining it for the rest of us.
The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? Maybe the subject will be unbanned in a few years. That's a difficult question to answer. I am interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes. It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors,
Oh, the crab's back.
the Veluca Shuna of the desert, coexisted together and supported one another. The bloodline of my people was born from this symbiotic relationship. So to me, all life is important. To understand life, you must first respect it. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia. Once you start placing yourself above other life forms, I mean, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Krabby's back.
Coffee? Did you prepare this for us? All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, I'll give you another part. You're not planning on using it? Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right, suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about to go to sleep. Leave it with him.
Are we not gonna ask where the fuck this crab got coffee from? Or where it got the thumbs to make coffee with? Well, those limbs don't look, you know, particularly flexible.
The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
I'm sure it's fine. Maybe they just, you know, put a coffee pot on the back of it. That's what I'd do if I was making mechanical robots. I don't even like coffee, it just seems practical. Ooh, look at that fun transition.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night. Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. A quick question. Do you feel off at all? Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence. We'll be heading out earlier today. I'll take down the tent.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame. Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We don't want to affect the ecosystem here.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
All right.
Ooh, camping story quest. Let's take that. Oops, wrong thing. Let's take that. And let's go. Last night, pest repelling devices were recovered. Yes, we just did that.
It's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may encounter more berserk machines. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to avoid conflict. Try to conserve as much energy as possible until we reach the source of the contamination.
Yeah. What else? Guess it's things like that he means to avoid.
As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
Oops, it spotted us. It's fine. Do I have to kill him? I could just like walk away, choose peace and all that.
Into the wind!
Solidify!
Nice and spicy.
Hit! Ha! Ha! Hua! Yep! Ha! He!
Goba, get them!
Hua!
No, there's more of them.
He! Ha! Huh!
Hey, I only pissed off one thing.
Stabilize.
Nice and spicy.
Why is it allowed to call friends?
Hua! Yep! Ha! Chip! Hit! Ha! He!
Yippee, we killed everything. Check the unusual area. Well, this does look unusual.
It stopped here.
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different.
Those roses are very, very shiny.
Ley line energies are also stronger here. This may be the place we've been looking for. Ready yourselves? We're going in.
Give me the very strange Sumira rose. Contamination source? Yeah, I guess I'll go in. He's lower than recommended. Huh, no such thing.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Good for
Looks
them,
like
honestly.
there's no
Have
way
you
to
seen the
sneak
price of
by.
Braetail?
Let's take care of them quickly.
Yeah, property's expensive. Why not live in the cave in the middle of the woods?
Can't see?
Gather!
Gooba, get
I don't understand these guys' attacks animations. None of their animations like their actual attack patterns. I just kind of kill them.
The wind knows me. And Shroud!
Chop!
Oops, wrong button. There you go. This is pretty cool looking in here, though. Cute. Wander along you go. Some strange cases of things. Obviously some kind of abandoned machinery.
What is this?
I've never seen a machine like this before.
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device. It's extracting energy from the ley lines without end. Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences? The ley lines won't be able to repair themselves if their flow is perpetually disrupted like this.
That's terrible! We have to stop it!
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy, which may cause irreversible damage to your body. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see.
But you're also vulnerable to the ley lines, right? We're staying. We can't leave you here by yourself.
Then let's look for it together. If there's no control unit here, then...
Ah, the mechanical crab carrying us to victory.
You know where it is? Hey, wait for us!
I trust this crab with my life. Ooh, chest. Nom, 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 nom. Ooh, glowy and sparkly.
What's this?
Whoa.
It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Look at that pretty pattern. Oh. It's a laboratory and a dead guy.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Why aren't you saying anything?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. What exactly happened here?
Yeah, I didn't expect him to actually be dead.
Almost forgot about you.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going. The file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take a look. Maybe we can piece together...
Me teabag the dead guy? No. That's a very pretty looking cage. Far nicer than the majority of them that we see around here.
Wow! It's huge in here!
This place is very secluded. It's a natural hiding spot.
Hmm.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment, and based on its serial number, it's from 2 years ago.
Tape recording?
Yes. The Spontamod created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final production into a tape. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable. That's why they are only used in some laboratories and do not see wider usage.
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. Okay, this should do it.
After inserting the tape, the projector gradually begins to describe
Kakata?
one past.
Karkata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone? There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Karkata, do you know what we're about to do?
I will say, for an unstable tape thing, this thing's great for getting those different angles.
Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Karkata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being. It's fine. You will understand. One day, you will understand me.
The recording ends here.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right?
That's a good thing we found him a name.
And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something to the Academia?
Found research, it all comes full circle.
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life forms.
Junior researcher?
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, doesn't Abatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people, always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape recordings.
Woo, let's go put together a story with tape recordings.
Pipes continue further. Let's head in.
Up here. Another one.
Look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon see. It's from a half a year ago!
Ooh, we're progressing through time.
That's quite the time gap. I wonder what happened in between.
Resetting the tape, the project, blah 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 recording.
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order?
Oh, look at the little baby.
Next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
The recording ends here.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his experiments.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with ley lines?
Let's keep looking around.
Ooh, so he's broke, so he would turn to ley lines for power. And now he's fucked everybody over. Something scientific hubris.
Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. It doesn't seem like Abatui put it there.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sorting.
It's hard to say. These are the last two tape recordings. Let's watch them.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day. In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I did something even more dangerous.
Ooh?
I've officially activated the third-generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I want to turn you into a living, breathing, and talking being. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response. You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords. Karkata, I wish you could speak to me, even just once. Yes, you cannot understand me, so you cannot answer me either. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have to as well. I don't have any other choice. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus... of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Karkata, come help me. Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control. Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying. In the end, it's just like the academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. My research... Was there any point to it at all? I'm sorry, Karkata. In the end, I still wasn't able to turn you into a true mechanical life form.
So he's dead.
I see. So, the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor. This eventually resulted in severe damage to the ley lines.
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire like the other machines?
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. To Abatui, for a machine to truly be considered a mechanical life form, it must possess features similar to any other living organism. It should be structured similarly, it must be able to cry and laugh, and it must have the capacity for independent thought. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of as an experimental product, he would have noticed. Karkata can't speak, and yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand. First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down.
Yeah, that's the important thing we came here for. Hmm?
Yeah.
Wow. Up we go. How convenient of him to leave that here. Ah! The ground gives out beneath us.
More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze.
Whoa. This is cool. Just so pretty how it moves underneath us. I'm so easily distracted. Oh, there we go. Woo! Up the magic path we go. No, it splits off. A bubble. Ah, your bubbles shall not trap me. So easily I
Below
Oh,
avoid.
us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The land's here. Wanna try jumping down?
Out we go. Piss off a few of this guy's contraptions, but it's fine.
Yeah. Let's nip that in the bud.
I don't know what his attacks do, honestly.
Gooba, get them!
Into the wind.
Hit! Hit!
The wind knows me.
It's fine, we'll just kill.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a not.
Nice and spicy!
Yep. Hit!
I hear everything. Can't see?
Yep, it's the wrong guy. I don't know, I keep accidentally switching to Zhongli today. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. Should probably stop standing on the thing that's trying to kill me.
Into the wind.
Yeah, I was playing Marvel Rivals before this. I'm like playing support as I usually do. I'm trying to out-heal Moon Knight's ult, because for some
This
reason
should
people
be
just
the
stand in
control
it.
unit.
It's like, you have legs, you can walk out of the giant spread circle doing damage to you? Please? I can stand you missing an arm, you're a tank, whatever. But the big red thing with the hands, please leave it.
Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also shut down.
Off.
Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata. Let's head back.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about the lives of all the people that live around here, or potentially all of Sumeru itself. A little mechanical crapper baby might be sad. Go. Ooh, chest. Let's go. One whole Dendro sigil. Oh, we've done a full loop. How clever.
extracting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Oh, my poor sad baby little crab. It's okay. How did they make a bunch of triangles so expressive and pitiful?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned, and how that restored it to an operational state. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. Who knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Abatui had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same with modern tools.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tighnari says you're awesome!
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts. It's truly a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm gonna go confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while.
Oh, my poor baby, I will take you back and you can come live in my teapot all happy with all my friends. And we'll build a nice grave for your owner. I have plenty of space for that. Every Minecraft house I build winds up with a graveyard. Largely Will and Drift's fault for all my dead animals. Something a little bleak. They'll be like, okay, I need to factor in a spot around here. Oh, he set up the purification devices.
The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification devices will handle the rest. Moving on. Those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale. According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will all be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
No, my baby, we cannot let this happen.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here.
We're gonna prison break him.
Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here.
But...
Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You're not familiar with this research after all, so you won't be of much use here. Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and then get some sleep. We can discuss matters tomorrow.
Tighnari marks up her ideas on the map and he goes to research.
And don't talk about Abatui. The fewer that know about mechanical life form research, the better.
Alright. Then let's go back to Catherine.
Fuck you, I want to take my crab with me, little man.
Why are you... I'll take care of this.
I'm so sad now. Oh, he just wanted to make his owner better. Oh, little crabby. Anyway, let's go talk to Catherine again. Here? This one?
thing turned out to be a ley line effluence deep in the forest. Things are already getting back to normal.
I see. Thank you for your hard work. Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an announcement for residents to resume their normal activities. This is the stipulated reward. Please accept it.
Island takes you to a quiet place.
Is Karkata going to be sent back to the academia? It's already damaged, but Paimon feels sad thinking about it getting disassembled. Oh, then how about we find Tighnari tomorrow and ask him not to do that? Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tighnari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. We'll probably make him mad if we go now, huh? Alright then, we'll find Tighnari tomorrow and tell him not to disassemble Karkata.
I'm sure this will be very compelling. Wait until 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock the next day. There is my time. There we go, 8 o'clock. There we go.
How are you feeling? Sleep well? We should go find Tighnari. How do you think we should ask him?
Hello, please don't kill our poor little baby or I'll kill you. I think that might work. As we go. Such a nice, lovely, pretty spot. I do like the Sumeru. I like most of this game, honestly. It's all just so pretty.
Tighnari!
Shh! Keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Familiaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect. Extrapolating from these two data sets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down.
Karkata?
I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble Karkata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said, according to the Academia's policies...
Oh, but he's not part of the Academia. That's good.
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine. I suppose I wasn't clear enough about this yesterday. What I meant was, according to the Academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the Academia discover that place.
Oh.
Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. During my time at the Academia, I took an elective course at the Spontamod. Who knew it would prove useful one day? We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. Most of it was burned to hide the evidence. I'm not with the Academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the Forest Watcher of the Avidia Forest. I have a duty to protect all life in the forest. All life brought forth in this world has meaning, and Karkata is no exception. If it exists, then it shouldn't be carelessly abandoned or destroyed.
That's great! Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Karkata as a true living being now?
The possibility exists is all. It's hard to explain Karkata's efforts to repair Abatui. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands he installed? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the possibility exists. I am willing to believe in that.
Afternoon brag. It's a big Genshin moment right now.
By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the very least, it can record my experiments. What do you think?
I'm so happy our lovely little pet crab gets to live. And there we go, we finished Tighnari's story quest. And got ourselves a new little baby friend.
When people at the I have zero interest in group photos. After coming back yesterday, I looked through them and found one with Abatui.
Oh, that's cute. Maybe I should steal one of those. God, he really does pull the same face in every photo. Oh, I'm so happy. Awfully tragic quest, but yeah, what about this game isn't slightly sad? Well, that brings us an hour and a half into our stream. Huh. Didn't expect it to only take an hour and 20-ish. Guess I should go claim some things, though. This one for the Adventurers Guild, I believe.
Add Astra.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you for
Adventurers Guild. Thank you.
Add Astra.
And claim all that. Thank you. Dispatch all of them again. I have them prioritizing rocks, meat, and money. Because those are the three things I need. Rocks, meat, and money. That's how you make a girl happy. Okay, yes, I'm aware I have done my commissions. Thank you, game. Don't know why you're still yelling at me about that. Claim those.
So many local specialties in Tighnari.
Really is just determined to keep yelling at me about this one. Yes, I am aware. Oh, okay, no, that's what it's yelling at me about. Sumeru commissions. Oh. I'm just gonna leave them in leeway because that's whether they're easiest, but not too easy. Because I've already done all the Mondstadt ones like 30 times and have all the achievements from doing the Mondstadt ones so many times. Quests. Far too much going on here right now. Wow. Admire all my hard work. Do I do another story quest, or do we do the event? Because I can stream for longer tonight. You know, we're gonna do the Desert Man's quest today. Might as well knock out 2 quests at the same time while we're at it, you know? This is only meant to be Tighnari's quest, but why not? Even if I have to split it between 2 streams, that would be the first time, or will it be the last time? I need to get up there. How does one get up there? Show me, Piss Sparkles. Where do we go? Up here, round the corner. Along here, up here again. I feel like I'm getting further and further away. But it's fine, because I'm actually getting closer. Because we're in the Academia?
Welcome to the Academia.
Oh, thank you, lady. Oh, there we go.
Wait, you two! Just a moment, please.
A fan?
You're the Traveler in Paimon, right? I thought you two looked familiar. People have been talking all about you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the Academia. You're friends with Sino, right? I've heard him mention you before. Currently, Sino is out investigating a case involving smuggled canned knowledge. It's been days since we've last heard from him.
Oh no. Do you think he's in trouble?
Well, to be completely honest, it's pretty hard to imagine anything that could pose a threat to Sino. But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more complicated than we had originally thought. Word has it that you two are brave, smart, and extremely capable adventurers. Do you think you could lend us a hand and help investigate the smuggling?
Well, we are brave, smart, and extremely capable, absolutely wonderful, and would love to be of service to you.
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. Sino suspected that there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Last we heard from Sino, he was investigating somewhere outside Sumeru City. It seems that he had found some leads at the time, but we haven't heard from him since.
Sounds like we better go look for him. Come on!
I love how there was absolutely no beating around the bush on this quest. It's like, Sino's missing, go find the canned knowledge. It's like, okay, we'll go find the canned knowledge then. It's over here.
The daylight hours really drag on.
Yeah, over we go. I don't have any waypoints relatively close, so... We've just got to glide on over. This fan thing that I forget exists a lot, but it is actually quite useful. It's almost worth all that effort I put into the reputation quests. Although to be fair, of all the reputation quests, it is like the only one I actually use, so... I shouldn't complain too much. Yeah, there he is, rummaging through garbage.
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence, but I'm very busy at the moment. We'll have to chat some other time.
That's right. Nabil asked us to come and check on the situation.
So Nabil told you about this? Divulging my location without authorization. I'll let it slide for now. This isn't the time for that. I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information. Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Whoa, sounds pretty complicated. But having a chance to catch bad guys with Sino, it's like we're a part of the mantra. Alright, sign us up!
Woo, let's go be police officers. Already like knights and like 30 other different things anyway. Might as well add mantra to our repertoire. Excuse me, kind sirs, I'm just passing through here. No interest in fighting you today. I'm just going to continue walking down this lovely lane that they've installed. And you have no reason to continue chasing me. Please take your giant beast back. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-da. Time to arrest the suspect.
This all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the Academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have.
Course red-handed.
I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
It's Sino! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
But don't forget the Mora!
Dun-dun! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Sino works alone? I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Sensible.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. All right, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything.
Suspicious.
The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation. I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation.
Maybe Sino should go with a slightly less striking appearance and, people won't figure out it's him so quickly. He's not exactly subtle in his outfit.
If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like nothing?
Do you have a potential suspect? You'd better bring them to me for judgment.
Whoa! Judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Sino meet Dory.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information.
Yeah, we really should not bring the cops to our underground black market dealer. That doesn't sound great.
If you manage to learn anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again.
Okay, I got it.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people.
Yada yada yada.
If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves.
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished. All right, Traveler. I need to go now.
Damn, and like that he disappears into the wind. Along with his prisoners.
You...
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's array. Let's go!
Die, stupid fox thing. Ask Nori for information. Oh, I haven't explored this bit of the map. I thought she is usually in Port Almost. That's like usually where we meet her. Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll just have to walk. Use my legs once. Might kill me, but Ew, do I have to go through a withering zone or can I just walk around the withering zone? Grab this, yank. No, that wasn't actually that far, was it? What am I bitching about? It's like it was 200 meters away. That sounds like miles away, and it's like it's just up the road. Cool looking spot though. Get our little viewpoint here. Oh, how lovely. Nice flowers. I'd love to have some big flowers like this. Fortunately, I don't think they really exist. But they could. There we go. Oh, there she is. Right there. She's so short, she just disappears into the bushes.
I see, I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention. No idea. Sorry, I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business. Huh? You mean you stopped selling it? That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share.
Fair enough.
Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up. Aw, sounds like we came all this way for nothing. Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know.
Ooh.
After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated. Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself. Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge? Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But everything in the world comes at a price, right? Gaining knowledge is a complicated process. It requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge. Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects?
I mean, we used it once and it didn't really do much. I think we'll be fine.
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount. Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
The Court of Desolation sounds like the new hit YA novel.
The Court of Desolation? What's that? Rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of King Deshret. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death. But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia.
Yeah, I'm getting the impression a lot of things are banned by the academia.
There'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge, some of which is related to the Court of Desolation.
Ooh.
Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation.
What's the purpose of hosting an auction to make money?
Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Smart. We need to start getting in on these kinds of schemes. We need to be making this more. These adventures aren't cheap.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows, we might find some leads there. That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location. As I said, I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it! 500,000 mora per kit! That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 mora. What? That's super expensive! No need to worry, little one. Sino's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him. All you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open. I'm sure the General Mahamatra of the Academia would never leave any debt unpaid. And I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigations. Oh, maybe I should charge him more.
Honestly, yeah, good point, you know.
We'd better get going. If Dory keeps at it, we'll be out of mora.
Well, who knew Dory's been honestly more used than the majority of people in these quests. Where are we going to see Sino? Somewhere in the desert, I'd assume. Yep, caravan route. Oops. Accidentally untracked the quest. Hmm? Pizza. Doo-doo-doo. Damn, he was over here. Well, there wasn't either. There he is, staring at the billboard.
Sino! We got news for you. What the smugglers are really after is a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They're hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
The Court of Desolation. I won't ask how you came by this intel. But is it reliable?
Should be. We paid good money for it.
We also heard that the Court of Desolation contains treasures from the time of King Deshret. Is that true?
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of King Deshret. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers. According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering. They are not some ordinary ruins, so the Academia has strictly prohibited any related research. However, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Less in recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the Academia.
I'm just admiring the posters on the side. You know, got something for like what looks like kebabs or something, a rug thing, furniture maybe? Don't know what these two are, there's something else.
After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death. Or even resurrect the dead.
Ooh, it's intense. You can know it's intense because it's zoomed on his serious face.
Death is often the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being true are slim, they hold tight to such fantasies and pursue them regardless. That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place? Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Huh?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we make a move. Don't worry.
That's Sino for ya.
Woo, let's go beat up our stalkers. Wish I could say it's like the first time, but it's this way to get out of the... Go into the desert, not out of it, I mean to go into the desert. Spiky rocks, they're quite cool, aren't they? Very dramatic and imposing, which I think is the point. Haha, kill the little fox. Num num num. And like I said, what I want is meat and rock and Mora. We're gonna get ourselves some Mora by beating up these guys.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
I love how we can see his eye from underneath his eye patch.
Who are you?
That doesn't matter. All you need to know is that someone wishes to inform you that it's not too late to turn back. You must be Sino. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head. Unless you turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you?
Because we're so brilliant, wonderful, and talented that we must do it to improve that.
That's right!
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Sino?
I mean, he's already the General Martin Matra. What else would he need to do? You know, help save the Archon and everything. He's probably set in that regard.
My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market. I'm sure that would help your investigation appear to be successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your reputation. I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do.
Time to fight them. Time for all of you to die.
Surrender!
Die.
The wind knows me.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Die.
Nice and spicy!
Nowhere to run!
Ouch. Die. Yippee, they're all dead.
This, you're in over your head, Sino. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it. Let's get at it.
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain. Besides, it might also be a trap. I apologize for bringing you into this dangerous mess. Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
Nah, it's fine. You think these are the first guys who've ever tried to kill us?
You should be careful from now on. Sleep with...
Wait, hold on! There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes? Right?
I'm sure you can think of a way to do it, Paimon.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for reputation.
Mate, I think that goes for most lines of work.
They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you. They'll do anything to keep their prestige intact.
Sounds like you're talking from personal experience here.
Yes. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Ooh, dramatic backstory time.
I was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries. My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Whoa! Who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
No, he's dead.
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover. But luckily, there weren't any further complications.
No, that's
Last
good.
year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions.
Well, if I almost died, I think I'd do the same.
His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday.
Oh, hopefully we do.
Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Who do you think we are, Sino? You know how many gods I've killed? Not actually that many, but you know.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see danger coming a mile away.
Good. Don't worry. It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this.
Woo.
And once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers.
So serious. Yeah. Onwards and upwards. Go to the desert auction site. Hee. Oh, you can see where I was last exploring still. Yeah, there's like a whole underground dungeon thing and you have to find the things for it and stuff and... Ew. It's fine, I'll get it done. I do enjoy this stuff. Yeah, there's one of those bugs. Scarab beetles. You actually need those for Sino, don't you? Men and their bugs. Ooh, go to the auction site.
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay. But don't you feel hot too, Sino?
To be fair, he is wearing significantly less clothing than you are.
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips? Paimon's about to melt away.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. The moment you start to give in is when you'll feel more tired. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations. We must get somewhere safe before we can relax.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is a perfectly safe place to stop.
Yes, Paimon, you're also an idiot, so if he says it's a bad place, it's a bad place.
Just look around, it's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Hell itself, probably.
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
Hmm? Mysterious scorpions?
Out of the frying pan!
Seem about as stupid as the regular scorpions?
Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
You did expect to see scorpions in the desert.
Those weren't just normal scorpions.
Hmm?
See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. They were raised by someone.
Oh, someone's trying to take us out with scorpions? Yeah, I feel like that's probably a more effective thing to do that.
Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away.
Hmm.
We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
Nice.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Oh, good thing at least one of us didn't keep our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are?
We're being followed.
Stay still.
Yeah.
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharwar. They can use this to discern your approximate location.
Clever.
But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharwar also be involved? But that doesn't seem right.
I wouldn't be surprised. The Academia are always up to something slightly dodgy. Even after we killed, like, all the bad guys.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it be on him?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier.
Sneaky.
It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Sino. Now let's get rid of it.
No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us.
We're gonna use it to trick them.
Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
Yeah, well, to the auction house to go. Oh, it remains. There's just a little dead body down there. Lower 77 meters. There we go.
Back again! How many of them are there?
There are 3. That's how many there are. I take it wants me to fight these as well.
The wind knows me.
Don't be such a brute.
Die. Die, 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 die. Ouch. Come on, die. There we go. Get myself some nuclear fungal stuff. Luminescent pollen. Nice. Oh, Dendrocristophi. No, this is where I was earlier. Well, not earlier, but like the other day. Doing my exploration and all that. Now there it is.
Weird. Is this where the auction is? Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival. But even so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker.
Aw, what should we do now?
Yeah, well, time to go home. I guess all that evil, forbidden knowledge will just continue to spread.
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. There might still be something left for us to find.
A clue or a hint somewhere.
Alright, let's take a good look around the area.
Searching, I guess. Capsules, can knowledge. Maybe we should just, take them and sell them. Cops do that all the time. Yeah. Yoink, mine.
Time to go.
They left them transport.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off. But don't worry. I have another idea. You two start heading back the way we came. I will remain hidden here. Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes far enough from here to make them assume that it's safe to come back.
Oh, Paimon gets... Okay, we'll start heading away.
Yes, and don't worry. If they dare to return, I'll make sure they stay.
How ominous. Hey, well, goodbye. We'll head off. And disappear off up here somewhere. Back to Aru Village. Or maybe we'll see Candace. Just visit all the Sumru 4 stars this quest. Yeah, I'm joking. We saw Kali last quest. Hmm.
Ugh, so tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right? Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Sino. It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction. Let's go. Maybe Sino's finally found some leads.
Look how casual she is about all this. Like, yeah, he's probably got something done by now. Yeah, back over we go. Rune guard all the way up here by itself. Well, it's not by itself, it's got little mushrooms all over it. Yeah, hopefully Sino's not dead. Yep, he's talking to someone. A leisurely discussion, maybe.
Oh, looks like Sino caught someone! So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? Alright, tell Paimon everything you know!
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Sino. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Well, we all live in regret.
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
Yeah.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
Yeah, how intimidating.
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, Travel.
Yeah.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us!
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Sino's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
Something suspicious. You should just lop his head off now. Stop him from trying anything for good. Oh, his quaint little home just across the bridge. Is that his child or something? Hmm.
Dad, you're back! Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
Hello, little girl. Your father's a criminal.
This is my daughter, Seeming. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
You haven't heard of our great and wonderful selves? Clearly, you're very out of the loop.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler!
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why is that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business.
This is more of an epidemic than we thought.
Everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Sino.
It's a shame that's his job.
And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Why are you so bent at putting out our illegal trade out of business, you know? It's gonna be so much work. Can you just let us sell our illegal products?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
You deny everything.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
What a good daughter. It'd be a shame if something was to happen to her. Hee hee hee.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
What a considerate child.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping to ask you for a favor.
You're asking us for a favor after we've just busted you for...
My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine, and it doesn't come cheap. As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day by day. Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
By joining
Selling
the MLM.
canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Sino. Give us a way to survive.
Yeah? Okay, this is an interesting approach the topic. Yeah, it's like, well, we can't pay him off, so we're just gonna be like, oh, but please let us do it, please. We need the money. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
Well, you should have done better.
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggler.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Whoa! Look at all of this!
So, a little bit more than small-time smuggling.
Yes. All neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
Just possibly, or they're full of forbidden knowledge. One or the other.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Some marking we've never seen before.
Yes. It's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection.
So the academia is on it.
I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery.
Is that there's a mole on the inside?
The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection. No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia.
That would probably make sense.
If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files.
It's a good thing we have friends in high places, isn't it?
But, considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, it will only draw unnecessary attention. You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Yeah, we're just going to use one of his friends. We're not going to get cameo from anyone else.
Sure thing! Leave it to us!
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside of it.
Yeah.
We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Yeah, let's go do this. Whatever this is. Find more information from the academia.
And once word gets...
Don't worry, but if you still feel uneasy...
Back to the academia we go. What, here? That might be a good spot. I'm still not fully familiar with the layout of Sumeru City. Yeah,
Time to go.
Lots of layers to it, like an onion. Or like an ogre. Hello, man we met earlier at the start of our quest.
Hello, we meet again.
We sure do.
Have you managed to find Sino? If so, how's he doing?
Alive and well. Give Nabil the letter from Sino.
I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I never would have gotten you two involved.
It's fine. Danger's our middle name.
It's alright. We wanted to help Sino too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary. Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter, but with this letter from Sino, it shouldn't be a problem.
Forbidden research?
That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies.
Apart from mechanical life, as we learnt earlier.
However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded.
Makes sense.
Follow me. I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Sino is looking for.
The restricted repository.
Woo, let's go to the dangerous zone. Way down here. Hello. I'd like to look at the restricted things.
Okay, I understand. Since Sino is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions.
Yay,
but I'd
forbidden
suggest
knowledge.
avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Okay, so we need to read all the research files there, because we might learn something fun. Activates the device and the secret door opens in the wall.
Huh. So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
How do you know Sino?
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Sino happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
So, what do we want to read first? Eh? Sealed materials, the destination. Despite reviewing the research on the thing, the past decade has increased without seeking. Many researchers who want to study history, discovery, investigation, fanaticism. The earliest stage of research is the relatively basic discovery phase, which causes little limits on the results of discoveries, which show that treasure and related life and death may be hidden with anything. This is where the rumor of the beginning, the dead back to life may begin. Following the initial phase of a prolonged investigation phase, all documentation regarding the location of the thing has been vague at best, and a result, the structure itself has never truly been discovered. Many researchers deplete their resources searching in the desert only to find scant from a few remaining stone tablets with the words entering of the court and comes the price of one life. Two different interpretations of the line have quickly emerged as a result. Some believe that the player use of one's life is key to entering the Court of Desolation, while the others said that the requirement to court the appear. Because the Court of Desolation has never been discovered, the latter views gradually become mainstream. As a result, many researchers went in a short period of time, overtaken by their fervent desire to make the Court of Desolation appear. They attempted to sacrifice their life. Relevant research became increasingly dangerous and potentially banned. But even after that, many academia scholars secretly continued their research. It was not until 7 scholars, including the Maturbracking, were arrested that the research into the Court of Desolation entered a period of stagnation once again.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh, it reminds Paimon of Sino's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Sino didn't know about it.
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison.
Oh, well, that ruins our plans.
You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with a polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the Academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of Academia rules.
That's unfortunate.
Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late. He never had a last chance to see his son.
And people were shocked that he switched off from active duty? I feel like most people would.
Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now.
Well, you know.
Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the Academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect, because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the Academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death, or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals.
It's a good thing we're Matras now. Let's go
Do you have
interview
any
this
questions?
Taj guy.
If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the Academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the Academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Taj.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Do we really want to bring the Taj worshipper around with us? I feel like, you know, he might sacrifice us. Or get in the way, slightly. Secret text records of an encounter. The Harazasta research being sentenced to prison for die suffering for been document. Oh. No, I want to sit on the nice chair. There we go. I feel like we sit on chairs very awkwardly. You know, just both hands on our knees. It's fine. What's this? Oh, look, this ties into the other one. Some researcher was expelled studying life forms. That's a reference to the quest we just did. Wow. Oh well. Time to get out of this weird place. To wherever the hell it is we're going. Go ask students about it. God, I'm sleepy. We need to go outside and ask some students. Well, they might not be students, but we just need to go ask some people. Oh, it's nighttime. Hello! Have you seen weird
Excuse
shipments?
me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
He's dodging the question. Clearly he's guilty. You there. You look slightly more observant.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Yeah. So he wasn't more observant. Ask the guard for information. Not that guard, this guard.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you...
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Impossible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever...
Yeah, I think this Taj guy might be slightly guilty.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
To Taj then, Neville runs off and returns with someone shortly later.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed it, but Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumera City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would...
A very suspicious fellow.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and...
Yes. Let's go investigate. Bust some criminals. Just on the outskirts. Let's be over there by the gate.
Time to go.
Boing. Oh, kitty cat. A little dog.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
Yes, let's break in.
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry?
Ah, you see, the door is unlocked, so we're basically being invited in, so technically speaking, we're not breaking in.
Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
Oh, Nabil, you're so fucking boring.
You're right.
Teehee.
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Maybe he's aware of that. Even so, he will not back down because he is the best.
You're right. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Sino and let him decide how to proceed.
That's that rock.
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Sino will know what to do.
Defending the honor of a guy you don't barely know.
All right, we'll give these to Sino and see. Let's go.
Let's go. A million miles this way somewhere. Or just to Aru village, but you know. Hello, Sino. We have returned victorious. Well, not yet, but almost victorious. Tell Sino that everything that's happened.
Well, Sino, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
So dramatic about
That's
it.
right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Onwards to victory. I'm sure something will get in our way. 600 meters that way. Teleport up here and then we can glide down.
I follow the wind.
Guess at some point I'll have to do the quest and figure out why the hell there's a giant sandstorm there. Sure, it's nothing. So we'll get there eventually. I forgot to use the damn thing again, but you know. It's fine. That is a really cool looking sandstorm. I mean, I don't think I want to go in it, but it looks cool. So it's down here. Oh, a spin crystal. I haven't seen one of these in a little while. I'm trying to get them all. I've been buying them off the trader and stuff to like fill out what I don't have. Well, this looks to be our entrance. Around here somewhere. Excuse me, massive pile of scorpions. Enter the Court of Desolation. Guess we have to. Start. I have none of the recommended elements apart from Lisa, but it's fine. Since when did this game know anything?
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll
Yeah.
be safe with me.
Into the wind.
Yep. Hit. Ha. He.
Solidify.
He.
This is another thing. Don't idea what their attacks do. They just, you know. I just kill it before it does things. That doesn't look good.
Look, these walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Ooh. A mysterious button. Let's press the big button. Now the wall's moving.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Whoa, that's cool.
Into the
You
wind.
notice there's a lot of scorpions around here. We got attacked by scorpions earlier. Coincidence? I think not.
The wind knows me.
Ooh, chest. Or I switch back into my lunchbox. Oh, magic stairs. Magic purple stairs. That is really cool, if not slightly trippy.
Passage! Hopefully that's our way in.
Yeah, boing.
That eye seems to be staring right at us.
Well, it is an eyeball, that's what they do.
Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Whoa. The button. Okay. Then do we rotate this back? How do I get back up on there? Oh, the stairs, isn't that idiot? Let's go round and round. Ooh. Even more magic staircases. Ew.
Stabilize.
Hello, young man. Who are you?
Hit.
Into the wind.
Die. Yep. Back into the book. Ooh. glad they reminded us that Sino was there with us. Ooh, this is cool. Don't know where this light's coming from, but ooh. That's the thing about these domains, there's a lot of like strange light sources where it's like, where is that? They're like well underground.
Taj.
Taj?
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
No, don't get too jealous.
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
No, well, at least he made it easy for us.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later.
What? A criminal?
When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die?
Rib?
Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
At least, you know, he's dedicated.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Yeah, we have to fight him. So we square up to him.
This power is mine. I will set things
Gather.
right no matter what comes.
Surrender!
Alright, confuses it.
Justice is served.
No. One strike and he's dead.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list, but you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out.
The damage we saw on the walls on our way here, you're going to destroy the Court of Desolation. Well, that's one way to solve the problem for good, I guess.
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The Academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place.
So it leaded the breadcrumbs to Sino.
The organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the Academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the Academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
You mean to open the Court of Desolation one sacrifice?
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Just like that, we leave the old man to his suicide.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
I was wondering when we get our allocated cutscene. Both the cutscenes we've had this time have all been about death. Cheery place, Sumeru.
The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger, so that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebop 4 days from now.
Jesus Christ, a whole 4 days. Usually it's only like next day. Wait, 4 days later. Oh, I guess we'll go to Caravan Rebop and then sit there and time skip. Wait until 4 days later. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, we can see a nice, the waterfalls of Fontaine from here. Pleasant. It's gonna take like several hours. Yeah. Damn Sino committing his justices and all that. But that was a cool quest, isn't it? I'm not surprised that, like, at the end he, like, it was like, oh, I wasn't actually the bad guy. But still very sad. Hopefully he's reunited with his son. But yeah, buried in quicksand, that's a hell of a way to go. Yeah, that's not a pleasant way to die. It's probably one of the more brutal deaths we've seen in Genshin so far. Even if it didn't actually show him dying, it just showed him disappearing. But to be fair, this isn't a very gory game, so... Oh, there we go.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
What's the
The
situation?
last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Sino crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
I wonder what, like, the extradition treaties and stuff are like in Tibet. Do they have that kind of legislation, or is it just, cross the borders and you're fine? Because it does seem to be a bit more of a cross the borders and you're fine kind of thing.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Sino around.
I was gonna say, why are you upset if you haven't done anything wrong?
By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell then.
Yeah, time to go find Sino. Wish him a job well done and all that. No, he's with Tighnari.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating, but I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will, and can help me collect more testing data.
Sino! Tighnari! Oh, so Tighnari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Sino?
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Semin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember.
Burn.
And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
Is this where it begins? His obsession with that game?
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I'd hope we'd find you there, that's where you live.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
It's fine, I'm sure we would have just beat them up anyway.
But what about you, Sino?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner.
I hope it will make you happy, Sino.
I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj, but I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
That seems quite nice. Honor the man. I'm glad they ended on that and didn't have Paimon say anything snippy.
By the way, something strange happened a few days ago. A merchant approached me and requested that I cover the cost of a desert travel kit. I didn't remember owing anyone Mora, especially not that kind of amount. Do you know anything about this?
Not at all.
Nope.
Oopsie daisy. It's fine. Oh, is that a new teapot item? Like teapot items? Nice, I'll stick it in my house. Can go in my little Sumeru bedroom. With the rest of my little mementos from Sumeru's adventures. Yes, I look. Oh look, I'll be able to do this at some point. Did that automatically unlock? Huh. Have they got rid of the need to use the keys for the events then? Well, not the events, the thing. Do I only have to use them for the hangout quests now? But I don't think I had one spare. Huh, weird. Oh well, come next week, we will probably do Sino's second quest, you know, while it's fresh in the memory and everything. Then we will do Nilu, and then we'll do Nahida, then we'll do Alhaitham, and then we'll do Dea. And then we'll be done with Sumeru. Well, there's less story quests for Sumeru than I was expecting. Once again, I think Fontaine just has quite a few. But, I guess that's where we'll be leaving stream for today then. We've learnt the meaning of justice, we've made ourselves a beautiful little crabby friend. But yeah. Many lessons have been learnt. So, I will be back again next week as usual. And, as the night draws in, I'd like to bid you all a good night.